any work. So that time, whatever you have done, whatever you have completed, that you need to submit a piece of information on the paper to higher authorities. For that, how can you prepare, how you write, and what are the sources you need to take. So these all you have to coordinate to make right. That is what we call as report writing. So this is general definition of report writing. But a report is a systematic, well organized document. See, report will be, when you write a report, it must be a systematic way and well organized document which defines and analysis a subject or a problem, and which may include. See, the report is not only particular field of the work, even even any issue, any problem. Here, problem means not your personal problem. Problem means, sorry, for example, when you are working in particular field, so you have to resolve the issue, whatever the issue you found, the research gap. So how you coordinate with that, how you make in a manner, in systematic manner, that also it helps. Report writing helps to make that and well organized document. Okay, so students, here a report is a record of a sequence of events. See, a report is a record of sequence of events. It is systematically, chronologically, it should be in order. Then the reader, see, my dear students, I told you yesterday also, whatever the report was writing by you, that must be you the when you are writing that report, you have to keep in your mind the reader, whoever going to read your report. You have to think and keep in your mind in the reader's aspects, in a reader aspects. Okay, so you are writing a report that is not for you. You are submitting to someone. You are submitting to the institute, to the company, to the office, so that a report is a record of a sequence of events, and it is an interpretation of the significance of these events or facts. In the report, whatever the important points, whatever the analysis you have done, you have completed some work, you have to give a brief interpretation of the significance of these events and facts. Facts means whatever the important information, fact and figures, which is relevant, which is you have done, that you have to write in a systematic and sequence of events. So evaluation of the facts are results of research presented. Evaluation of the facts are results of research presented. A report is, it's a systematic, is a way to present in a manner. A report is a discussion of the outcomes of a decision or course of action. See, whatever you have done, for example, now you are going to complete your first year, second semester. So after completion of second semester course, second semester exams, if you look at each and every subjects, like whatever you have English, some other maths, M1, M2, whatever physics, chemistry, if you take each and every subject, some outcomes, what you learned after completion of the course, you have to write. Of course, we call that, that also is a report. So you have to write the discussion, the evaluation, the result. These all you should be write in systematic way. Conclusions. So uh, when you make the conclusions on particular topic, that that also you need to write in a well organized manner. Recommendations, for example, when you are concluding your report, I mean related to the topic, even when you give the conclusions also in a systematic way. So dear students, finally you try to understand the meaning of a report writing is you have to gather the information and coordinate all the information in a systematic manner. Same way, you have to remember while writing a report the reader's perspective, how he or she understand and follow your report. Finally, recommendations. Recommendations is nothing but after completion of your report, you can give some suggestions and recommendations and scope of your report. I mean your work. Also, recommendation means some suggestions. You can say that suppose in your college you had conducted one seminar or program or event. So after completion of that event, you are going to submit a report to your head of the department through principal through your head of the department, right? So if anything, if you are not reach the your aims, your targets, if there are any gaps you found, you can make in the recommendations. So if we get the opportunity to conduct this event, we will do this way. That will be good for the next events. Like that, you may give some recommendations to to get the boosting for the present event. So that is what the recommendation mean. Okay. So students, next features of a report. Features is nothing but characteristics of a report. Students, can you hear me? Is it clear my voice? My
Yes,
voice?
sir.
Yes, thank you. So students, you just have a look here. So how you going to understand this features of a report? It is a factual and not imaginative. See, in the report, when you are writing a particular event, program, or any seminar or whatever you have done, you have completed, so that should be, you should be add and include all the information. It must be fact and figures and factual information. You are not going to write the report in your imaginative way. No. See what you imagine it like. See, report, when will you write? You write the report after completion of the event. So after completion of the task, what will you imagine it? You can't imagine it. Even if you want to write something else, whatever you feel you imagine it, that will not be accept the evaluator or one who are going to your work. So students, here concrete words are used. See, there are concrete words and abstract words are there. The difference between concrete and abstract means concrete words which are gives direct meaning and particularly verbs. Abstract means which we cannot touch. It's not touch. We cannot feel in that. That is what abstract. So almost you have to use concrete words in the report writing. Okay, so concrete words like, yes, whatever the work you have done, just promptly, directly you can make in the form of writings. It is an objective without any personal bias. Whatever you have mentioned in the report, it should be objective, means everybody should follow and understand without any personal bias. Personal bias means you are not going to write on any personal uh, what critic. Personal critic bias means you're not going to say instead of this thing this person that way, so we are unable to do this work like that. You're not going to make. And see, you are writing this report, or group of people made good thing, and you are going to submit the report. For example, I think many projects, there are 2 to minimum 4 students are going to do the mini projects, mini dissertations. So due to one particular person or student in your group, if he is not supported, if he is not involved, you are not going to make any personal report in your reports. So whatever happened, but whoever rest of the participants and rest of the people, those who worked excellent, you have to focus on that. You're not going to talk a particular one or two students due to their irregularity, we are unable to complete this task in time or run that time. This is no. See, whenever you are writing, of course, whatever you do with the people, there are some people in the society, in the nature, we can find we are all equal manner, equal knowledge, equal understanding. Person to person, there is a difference. What you think sometime, I cannot think like you. What I like sometime, you may not like what I like. So this is what something sometime happen. But anyhow, in your group, in your project, if there are some people, some participants, if there are even not participated, not work, not supported, so there, that people, you are not going to make to write any personal bias. Are you clear, my dear students? Hello. Yeah. So it is orderly and properly structured. It is orderly and properly structured. As I said, you should write systematic, chronological order, as in a well organized order, properly structured. See, structured means like if you use the the sentences, that expressions, the usage of the words, everything as per grammar, as per language structure we have to use. It is comprehensive. What is mean by comprehensive? Comprehensive means understanding. It is comprehensive means it should be understand to the reader. Whatever he reads, she reads, sometime when you submit your report, they should be understand what you have written. Okay, so that way you are going to use, I mean, write the report. It is logical. Logical means it should be, it should it should have the, it should some relation with the other logical relations. Okay, it is coherent and clear. Coherent means link with other. See, for example, first paragraph you have written something, so next paragraph what you start, that should be linked with above paragraph which you set. One to another paragraph or sequence of the sentences, when you are writing each and every sentences one by one, it must be coordinate with other sentence or other paragraph, but that should be very clear also. Okay, so what you have written, the report on particular paragraph or previous page, that should be coherent and link with next paragraph. And same time, first paragraph, second paragraph, it you must be understand while when you are reading, it must be very clear. Okay, students. So next, purpose of a report. What purpose you are going to write a report? See, reports generally it is written for a reader. As I said previous slide, you are writing the reports for a reader to read, to understand, to justify your report what you have written. So reader, one who reads the, report, we call as a reader. That reader must be understand and follow what you have written. So the information should be precise and short. What is meant by precise here? Precise, students, what is meant by precise? Yes, ECB students, what is meant by precise? The pronunciation is, this is precise. What is mean? What it mean? Come on quickly, yes or no? Automobile or whoever. The information should be precise and short. What it mean by precise?
Exact.
Yes, not exact, and make very short. Precise means instead of, after reading of a paragraph like 100 words of the paragraph, you have to make in 25 words. You have to make in 25 words. That we call. But meaning will not change. But content will not change. Only the number of words and paragraph will be convert into pressing, means very less. You are not going to miss, you are not going to delete and ignoring of the concepts. Instead of writing 100 words, that meaning, that concept, you should be writing 25 words. That is what pressy writing. Even competitive exams also you may see. I think in intermediate also you have the question. They will give a big paragraph. You have to make a pressy writing. This is what you are going to make a short. Even your report also, when you are making your report also, you have to make in pressy and short, but without missing of the meaning and content. This is what uh, your understanding, you should be keep in your mind. It should be organized for the convenience of a report user. It should be supply factual information in a precis manner. The writing should be accurate, concise, and unobtrusive. Concise means make very short, very, you are not going to make any different meanings. And accurate, it's prompt, it's very fact. It should be organized information graphically with appropriate labels. Graphically means, see, the information, the data, whatever you analyzed, sometimes you may convert the information into different graphical representations. Sorry, what is mean by graphical representation and information transfer? You may give that information which you have presented in the paragraph. If there are some quantitative numbers your report, you can give in tables and bar chart, pie chart, and any some other graphs, isn't it? I think you see, after the cricket match, you can find the graphical information. They will give flow chart. I mean that graph, first 1 to 10 overs, how much is scored, and after 20 to 30 overs. So this is what the information transfer you can give in your report also, if it is needed, if it is required. Okay, students. So the information which you are presenting on the paper, if any statistical, if any quantitative information method, you may give the information in a graphical representation, like giving in the table. The data you can give in the on the tables, and flow chart, and bar chart, and graphs. This is what sometimes report will be very clear. The reader could understand what your intention. Even that analysis, that progress, that status also will get very clearly with appropriate labels. Yes, you have to give the label each bar in the bar diagram. The bar diagram, each one, how you represents labels, legends, each and every color of the bar chart, what it represents. This all, if you give, the reader will get more impressed, and it will be very clear on your report what you have written. Okay, so students, it should be summarized, giving the whole information in miniature. See, you are going to give the even summary also in this. Report should not have factual errors and inconsistencies. The report should look neat and attractive. See, the report should be look neat and attractive. This is what features of a report writing. So next one, language. What is meant by language? Language, which is uh, item which we use for communication. Even here, as per this title, language of report is you. The language of the report is a passive voice. Reports are written in the past and past perfect tenses. Yes, most of the reports, which tense you write? Yes, which work was completed in the past, that you are writing now, so that you may use past tense and past perfect tenses in the reports. It represents, it's related to past tense and past perfect. You know what it means by past tense and past perfect. For example, if you observe my language, which I use when I'm giving the lecture, when I'm giving the lecture. See, when I am giving the lecture, I am giving. Now, this is what when I have been giving, even the present perfect. So, what? So, by dear students here, past and past perfect tenses must be very clear. You have to write the reports. First person pronouns are avoided, such as I, we, you, is. So when you are making in your reports, you are not going to indicate and as I and we and you. Instead of that, what you use the reporter. Of course, you say instead of I. Yes, now you are the person to write the report. You can say according to the reporter, the researcher. Suppose if it is related to research, a researcher was saying about this like that. You don't say I was going to say. See, I was going to say what it reflects. Suppose the reader, when she's reading that I was reading, he feels that he is reading that. No, according to the writer, what you say, the researcher, the speaker, the presenter, whoever that, you have to write indirectly. You are not going to use I, we, you in these reports. Shorter sentences are preferred to longer sentences. A variation of both creates a good effect. The rules of punctuation have to be followed because it is aids accuracy. There should be no spelling and typing errors. Students, just have a look here. Students, is it clear my voice? Is it audible to you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Automobile students, are you here?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Fine. Thank you. So there should be no spelling mistakes and typing errors. See, sometimes whatever you write some time on the paper, when you are going to give that typing for the typing, that while typing person, he or she may do the mistakes, so that once or twice you have to draft and see the report, whether that report is good in the form of spellings, grammar, whatever the punctuations and whatever use of the subjects words, you should aware about this. Okay. So here next, the basic structure of a report. See, this is the structure of a report. You must know the structure when you are going to write a report, whatever the report. For example, I try to show you even recent question paper in the exam. They asked you, I'll just see the report writing. I think the structure of report writing they asked, see, this is your recent July exam which was completed related to reports. If you see the questions mm, related to report, paragraph about the words. Write a paragraph 150 words, importance of the sports. Yeah. See here, 17. No, one question they asked, I think. You have to make here about report writing. See, this is previous questions. Okay, anyhow, I will check it later. One question asked, question below. This is the reading paragraph. They asked, yes, yeah, write a letter to the commissioner. Read the passage. GHMC maintains roads and commission. Mm, okay, fine. Okay, okay. We'll see later. Sometime they asked. So students, here you just see the the thing report writing, basic structure of report writing. A report generally has 14 components: cover page. This is the sample of reports related to project report. If you complete any dissertation, anything, you can write it like this. Even small report also, you just see the only title page and write a report. That is some different types. So in details of the reports you may see in second year in ETC, effective technical communication in English we have in second year, ETC separately. In that time you know the very detail of the project reports. Just only this time you know the reports, just only the reports, how to make the reports. These are the types of reports: credit report, literature review report, feasibility report. This is informal reports. This side, these are informal reports. These are formal reports. Okay, formal, informal. Okay, formal reports like annual reports and analytical report, feasibility. These are okay, students. So this is the what the reports related to the reports. Just have a look and read. That will be, you know, if you go through the notes and how to make the reports, then you will be get very clear. Okay, students. Now we will see another topic in fifth unit. SOP we call as SOP. We call as uh, SOP. We call as a statement of purpose. See, they may ask you, you define SOP. You should know statement of purpose. Like, see, this is the a topic which is related to to get admissions in higher educations in abroad. As you know that sometime those who are aspiration having aspiration to study higher education in abroad in top universities, that institute, that university, that college will ask you to write an SOP in details, what you and what is your contribution if you give the admission. See, the topic of the SOP only the academic purpose they use, and that particularly higher education, top and esteemed institutions ask you. For example, I'll give. So you just completed B Bachelor of Engineering recently, but you applied for MS in abroad in Japan or US or some country. So they accepted your application. They asked you to send a SOP, means statement of purpose, with recommendation of your institute. I think there are so many students coming and taking SOP, statement of purpose, but they have to write. But our institute will give authentication. Yes, so and so student studied in this college, good performance, and is conduct and is studied bona fide, and everything is so satisfactory. And this is what formally we know. But in details, what some colleges and universities and top IITs will ask, what is your contribution, what is your excellent performances in the previous academic, and now what you are going to do, why you are going to why you are why you have chosen this field or this university and this subject and this project. So such questions you are going to give the answer. See, like a 10th class, intermediate, BTech, no one will ask you before joining the college. Immediately they will take the admission. But when you come to the research like MS or PhD, they will ask you the what is your contribution, what is your aim and hypothetical idea, and what your contribution to do if you get the C, if you get the admission in our institute. So for that you are going to make a brief note that is called statement of purpose. Students, are you clear my statement?
Yes, sir.
Sir,
Yeah, please. If you read this easily, you can understand. I try to read this, you just follow. The statement of purpose, often called letter of intent. or application essay by various education institutions is one of the most important components of your application process. This document provides the admissions committee with information that allows them to become more acquainted with who you are, what you want to study at graduate school, and why, experiences you have in the field in the past, and what you plan on doing with the degree once you have mastered it. A statement of purpose also serves as a writing sample and interview. See, a statement of purpose also serves as a writing sample and interview. After submitting even SOP also, they will conduct a sample interview. There are some questions you need to answer. This is what the brief information about SOP. Okay, so there are some tips on writing a statement of purpose. Be yourself, be mindful that you are seeking a program that is a good match for you. Don't discuss who you are, second guess what the committee is looking for. So sometimes if they ask you such questions, you are not going to discuss yourself. Don't make any disturb yourself. Of course, they will ask. Of course, sometimes they will test you, your patience, your talent, your calmness, your ability. Second one, write a strong opening. You want to stand out from the multitude of other applicants. Write an opening that grabs the reader's attention. Frame the points frame the points you wish to make in a positive light. You don't want to reveal weaknesses in your personality. Of course, dear students, this sentence was saying about if you have uh, any lack of some progress, you are not going to reveal anywhere. See, for example, you lost 1 year without joining. You just sometime one subject you have backlog, then after 1 year it was clear, but you are not going to show that weaknesses anywhere in the SOP. Whatever your outstanding performance, ability, educational grades, CGPA, whatever you have, higher and top one, you have to project and focus in the SOP. Are you clear, my dear students?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's what you have to focus while making SOP. So describe an important experience that is relevant to the program of interest. It is usually good to place the this portion of the essay towards the opening. This experience may have contributed to the person that you are today. Make a point to note that in your writing. So students, this is what you have to keep in your mind and describe important experiences which are relevant to your program. See, now you are like automobile engineering students and EC students. What will sorry, whatever internship you have done during your BE, so whatever your expertise field, you have to focus that. You have to give more and more details. So that will be get more impress. They will get more of interest, and there is a scope to give admission in for higher education. Okay, students, be specific, concise, and honest and unique. This is what you used to say that I want to learn about this. I want to learn about. I want to find out about the teens gangs. I want to be about AIDS. Instead of this, you can say much better, more specific. This one. See, between these two, general and more specific. If you use more specific, that will be so good to express your opinion, your deals very formally. For example, have a look between first one, these and this both meanings are same. The way you project, the way you write. See, I want to learn about the Dalai Lama. Here, I want to know what role the Dalai Lama plays as the spiritual leader of the Tibetan people. See, my dear students, how here language language, it has a separate and different skill. See, second one, I want to learn about 50%. I want to learn about what has influenced the music of 50%. I want to find out about the teen gangs. I want to find out some ways to stop teen gang activity. See how it's so positive and effect. I want to know about pro basketball. I want to know what it takes to be a professional basket player. See, students, the difference here, general and more specific. The way you write, it will get more impress, more close to the reader. Yes, students. So these are some expressions. These all just go through this. So next one here, describe why you are a good match for the program. So you have to defend yourself sometime. Why you have chosen this? What is the special features, qualities you have in this program? For example, you want to do, you want to work in Tesla company because you already prepared and one model of one vehicle. So you so interested to work in the Tesla company. I think automobile students knows the company name. It's related to motor field. Am I correct, students?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
sir.
if you interested that way, if you give something which you have done earlier, some internship program in this area, so that will get more impact, and they also try to give your SOP is good and relevant for the program. Like if you see EC students, if they're done in ECL or BHEL or any some companies and electronic things, so if they do even whatever the some work related one internship program, even if they add this program for 6 months or 3 months short term course, they have completed short term training program related to this field, you have some idea about to in this ECIL, which is the related to electronic, and if you see the NFC or DRDO, DRDL, whatever related missile, you are participated in the past. If you add that information, that program in your SOP, yes, people really get impressed, and they may give. There is a scope to give admission. This is what the way you write. Okay, students. So talk about your goals. Explain how a graduate degree will help you accomplish those goals. Explain any shortcomings in your background, like you had a poor GPA during your undergraduate, you were in college. Put a positive spin on this explanation. Suppose if you sometime, some students have average pass percentage marks, but any of they clear. But you have to defend yourself. What's the problem? If you have any health issues, any personal issues, any family issues, sometimes you just give a tag with that. Just due to these issues, I was unable to get good percentage and good marks. So that sometime that should be given the least points. But first initially you have to give which are more important than that. So this is the when writing a statement of purpose, your thoughts and ideas can become quite and overwhelming. It's very good, and that way you have to give. Follow the institution instructions on how they want to the statement of purpose to be written. Even institute to institute and the company to company, they have their own rules and guidelines. We have to follow them, what they're expecting, which format they want, what details they're asking. So based on that, we have to follow. See, what I taught you the SOP, but what the company XYZ they expect, that may be vary, that may be different. But what their rules and regulations, structure, format, you have to follow. Word count, number of pages, format. So students, this is the things you try to understand. Okay, so these all the points you
Okay,
try
sir.
to this all you try to read and understand. This is not a big thing, but there are some don'ts you are you are not going to make these things while making your SOP, statement of purpose. Errors, misspelling, poor English, you should be avoid. Submit a handwritten essay unless requested. But maximum people sometimes they are asking handwritten scanning because they know the candidate own handwriting must be right. Sometime based on your handwriting they know they may expect and get the I mean they may get the they may understand the what you are sometime, but that is what they will ask. But company to company, college to college, we cannot say that all the educational institutions they ask in the written. No, sometimes they'll ask soft copy also. But anyhow, talk down to your audience, be too personal in your essay, don't be repetitive or too general in your statement. Redundancy means you don't use whatever same information repetition of continuous. Don't criticize other school programs. So you are not going to comparing with other college and school institutions. For example, you want to study in Tokyo, some top esteemed university, but you are not going to criticize some other Indian institutions. Institutions are all equal, but the way you interest to do that related to your specific area, you can. You are not going to make any comparison with any other institution in your SOP. Don't criticize, don't use uncommon words, don't write any autobiography, don't submit untruthful or irrelevant, and plagiarism, it must be there. Do you know what is plagiarism? Anyone, please? Shall I expect from you the answer? Plagiarism. Quickly. Yes. ECB students, automobile students.
Sir, copying.
Yes. Yeah. Copying for what?
Copying text, sir,
From?
from any other source.
Yes,
Internet or
yes,
something.
yes, exactly. Plagiarism is very big, challenging task nowadays. Whatever the idea someone written, same thing you are not going to copy and paste, and same thing producing as yours as you have written like that. You are not going to produce and submit. See, someone has written something, but same way you also expecting that work, and whatever someone written and available on the net and sources, same thing if you copy and send it to the institute in the college, they will not accept. Yes, there is a plagiarism software. Plagiarism is the name of the software. There are number of softwares. Plagiarism means that whatever already existed information, if you copy as it is and reproduce, they will be caught you. Yes, this is you have taken from this website, this source. So this one, this page, this person already written this paper. So everything will show where you have taken this information. That is what plagiarism. Are you clear, dear students?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So if you start the plagiarism, your internal exam, 90% of the students will caught. Am I correct or wrong? That up to you. I cannot reveal this extent. It is recording session. Okay. Anyhow, my dear students, now here plagiarism will be caught, and whatever the exists work and thing you are not doing, you have to write your own words, own idea, your interest program. You have to do. That is what you don't want to copy any, submit another student's letter of intent. See, sometimes students they use it to write same. Suppose if they want to take permission, half day permission for NCC or something else, one student, if he or she has written same thing, only they will change their name and roll number. Yes, I know you can, but sometimes many of them doing like that, but that's not. So don't be overly informal. So students, this is what general in formatting for a statement of purpose. Sorry. So maximum page length is 2, between 1 inch margin, that is font times New Roman, which is formal acceptable for academic. There are many styles of writings like font times New Roman, Calligraphy, margin, magism, some other different styles are there, but you have to maintain for academic purpose Times New Roman 12 points, the font size preferred for the education. So these are the skills students you have to
Excuse me, sir.
write now. Yes.
Sir, sorry to disturb you, but then
So okay.
my doubt is, how do we write this in the exam?
Yeah, I will come to the next. It's not at finish. At the end, I
Okay.
will tell you how they ask you the question, how you write the answer. Okay.
Okay, sir,
Yes.
done. Thank you.
Right. Yeah. Okay. See, this is general writing. These all we are saying that in future when you are going to write, you should maintain these maximum page length and between each line 1 inch margin, and it's it's a left side, and Times New Roman is the style writing. The font size it should be 12 font size. This is what preferred for academic. So these check with the university you are applying to for specific guidelines. So sample questions need to be posted before writing statement of purpose. Check with the university you are applying to for specific guidelines. Sample questions need to be posed before writing statement of purpose. So see, dear students, this is the question generally they will ask: what do you want to do, why this program, why this university. There are so many universities, why you opted this university, like whatever there is MIT University in where is Massachusetts Institute of Technology, London, maybe MIT or some IITs and IIS, whatever. So why you have chosen these only? You have to explain. I mean, explain the sense. You have to write your opinion that. Okay, some people they have dream to study. We have in Telangana, in Hyderabad, Usmania University is there, right? So some students and people, their dream is, I have to study on the campus. I feel to study, I have the dream that to study at least one course. How? So their dream sometimes they may fulfill. So like that, you can say that if they ask you why this university, yes, it is my dream to study in on campus in the Usmania University, so that I like so much the university, the faculty, the department, the way they have the establishment of infrastructure, this and that and that. If you give like that, oh, right thing. What? Why this program means which you have selected in, suppose if you want to PhD in Usmania University. Yes, whatever. Why this program? Yes, you have studied BE, ME, after PhD. I mean, when you are going to PhD, yes, my dream is to become a doctorate in this field. So that way, you may convince the readers, those who are reading of your statement of purpose. So that way, you have to convince and make very clear in your writing. So why did you choose to study in the particular country? Yes, suppose you applied in England and Australia or some other countries. So what do you like about it? You have to, yes. See, recently some students went to America, studied in New York. They were there recently. They just while giving chit chat and through Facebook, and they're so happy. They dream that they like the environment. They like their country. The education system. So whatever, even in India we have, but whatever they're interested. I told you already, person to person, individually, they have their own interest. Of course, we can't stop anyone interest, anyone dream. So this is the things you can write it, whatever the question, Baba, you read and write it. And why should you get admitted to this program? See how this question sometimes really you can sometimes see you can make answers for this to our college. You joined in MUS or engineering college. What are your career goals? If I ask you now, you are in first year. What are your career goals? Yes, you can. So if I ask you, what should you get admitted to this program? Actually, some students they try to get CSC or IT or mechanical something, but fortunately or unfortunately they joined in EC or CSC. But why? So some students having their parents forced to join in some other something, but it may be whatever. So it should be make clear picture, clear idea that what you like to do. What are your career goals? That so This is how will this program help you to achieve your career goals. See, if you complete this as a AC engineer, as a automobile engineer, after this, what you feel and how you get this. I mean, after completion of this program, what your career goals. That also you can write as an engineer. As basically we can. So students, this is what general questions in the SOP you must be answered. Okay, so sample statement of purpose. So students, here this is the sample SOP. You read this and understand. So in the exam just now someone asked me, so how the question comes, what we will write. So students, you assume yourself, you imagine it yourself that yes, now you are going to apply in abroad a good college or institute. So they have given, they will mention some no, you should know what topics, what information you are going to include in SOP. You should know. Students, are you following me?
Yes, sir. Sir, I
Yes,
have
sir.
Yeah, please.
sir, according to when we are writing it digitally, the page limit is two pages, correct?
Yeah.
So what is the page limit when it comes to writing it on paper?
Of course, the words will be limited, like 150 or 200 words. Okay, see, officially if you want to, I mean, accurately if you want to know about the SOP, there are so many models of SOP, even institute to institute and college to college, and that may be vary. Okay, so some, as I said before, some top esteemed universities and colleges and institutes will ask you to write your handwriting, what up to the 2 pages, whatever the structure of the guidelines of the writing of SOP. Okay, that is up to the institute, but this is a general model and general information related to the SOP. Okay, so before also I mentioned, whatever the instructions given by the institute, that college, that university, so we have to give. See, here there are sample questions need to be posed before writing statement of purpose. Okay, this is also some information basically they will take. So this is the information. See, if you read this one, I just show you, this is all the information written by someone. It is a sample SOP. If you read someone, we will let. See, can you read please this one? Is it visible? No? Yes, please someone read. Yeah, please. Yeah, from V.
We are currently in the midst of a technological and computing revolution that will drastically change our lives and potentially redefine what it means to be human. I am very excited at the prospect of devoting my long-term career to such a dynamic, fast-advancing field. Ever since I was young, I have enjoyed dabbling with computers and experimenting with different applications. Because my own lifetime has essentially coincided with the rise of the modern computing industry. I can sense that there are still tremendous developments to come in this field. It was natural for me to choose computer science as my university major, and now, as I near the end of my undergraduate studies, it is my central goal to continue my education in a more competitive, elite, and international environment.
Okay. Yeah, continue.
There is only one logical destination for my postgraduate studies, the USA, a country which stands at the center of the computing universe. The US has been the chief driver of innovation in computing, and the most innovative and successful companies in this field are based there. Studying overseas in the US will thus give me not only a greater range of my professional skills, but also a much broader, much international perspective. Therefore, I am applying to join your MS in Computer Science program commencing in the fall of 2021. I am convinced that I am well prepared for the challenges of studying in your master's program because of my extensive academic and practical background, which I will inscribe in detail below. My academic experience thus far has provided me with a wide range of practical knowledge and skills that will be immensely helpful when studying overseas at a graduate level. As a high school student, I excelled in courses related to physics, mathematics, and chemistry. I was fortunate during this time to have teachers who saw my interest in these subjects and encouraged me to continue broadening my scientific understanding and developing my analytical skill. It was due in large part of their guidance and advice that I chose to major in computer science in my university. As an undergraduate, I found that I deeply enjoyed learning about programming and system analysis. And with my strong mathematics background, I performed very well in courses concerning calculus, statistics, and differential equations. Now, in addition to my specialized knowledge of I computer science, I have an appreciation for the breadth of this field and the nearly endless possibilities for further study. In addition to the courses that I have taken, I have been very active outside the classroom, participating in extracurricular activities and pursuing new experiences so as to push myself and broaden my horizons. For example, I took some time to travel across Europe by myself, an experience which, although at times difficult, ultimately made me a much more independent and confident person. I am now comfortable adapting to new situations and interacting with people who are different from me, qualities which will be tremendously useful when studying in the USA. Furthermore, when my hometown was devastated by a natural disaster, I volunteered to help the victims as an organizer, which involved raising money and providing food, blankets, and other supplies as needed. Aside from the enhanced communication and leadership skills this experience offered me, what I most value is my newfound understanding of the importance of service and helping those in need. Finally, in the university, I was the publisher of the monthly newsletter of my department, a role I took on in order to meet new people and learn a new range. As these experiences show, I am highly motivated and proactive at learning new skills and experiencing new things. This is precisely why I have decided to continue challenging myself by studying for a master's degree in the USA. Regarding my goals for the future, I plan to take what I learn in the US and apply it to computing industry in my native country. This industry is rapidly growing and shows great potential, yet compared to other more advanced countries, it is still in its relative infancy. By studying in your master's program and possibly working for a short period in the USA, I expect to have the expertise, the perspective, and the experience necessary to lead our industry to a new era. I also have many friends with similar goals, and I hope that we can one day collaborate to put our country on the map as an innovative force in the computing world.
Thank you, Mr. May I know your name?
My name is Prithvi, sir. I'm roll number 27 from Ottawa.
I know. Yeah, Prithvi, I know. Thank you. Yes, I think you got some idea of how you are going to make your own statement of purpose, right? So, as those who are one who is going to write this SOP, how he was convinced the information while introducing himself and his interest or her interest and what is his goal and achievement and his contribution as a student where he was, what is his participation, involvement and his work. All if you see sometime in the previous question paper, I think they ask some questions. Will just 1 second, if you give the time, just have a look. This is previous, I mean just recently July exam about examination point of view, which way they asked SOP. If they asked or not, once you check it. Transform, no, this is first part B. Or can I expand the outline, read the poem, write a paragraph about importance of sports. I have a dream. This is about the frequent distribution internet connection. What is the initial? Read the following. Write a statement of purpose. Yes, students, please read it. 15B. Is it visible, ma?
Yes, sir.
Write a statement of purpose in about 150 words to the admissions committee of a reputed technical institution seeking admission into a research program. See, this is the question you have to write in details as statement of purpose to get an admission in as a research program. See, there is a research program. You are interested to the research. You are expecting to get one admission. So how you make, as you just now so far you read same thing, but not as it is. What your qualities and what your contributions, what and where and how you interest, how you make your own information in the way in 150 words only. Yes, sometimes you may write more than 200-300 words also, based on the person, their contribution, their interest, their whatever their areas. But here they limited whatever important things just we are going to write. So I think someone asked, I answered you. Students, are you clear?
Yes, sir.
So this is the class now. So anyhow, we have here in this topics SOP and report writing we finished. Only grammar topic is there. First I will start tomorrow or whatever the date, whenever we have the class. Tenses and direct indirect speech. Only two topics are there in the related to grammar. Okay, that is what last topic. I will try to finish within 1 or 2 days. That will see you. Okay, thank you, students. Thank you. Please give your attendance. 1 second. I will take a better